So yeah, this is my little Italian hillside um, city. Uh, get my hourglass. Oh, there's one right there. The best feature is something I built pretty early on, and it's an iron farm right up here. There is, oh, there he goes. There's one spawning right now. And they drop down, and there are campfires underneath the water right there. And that's pretty great, obviously, to like be hanging out here and to just see the golems constantly spawning and falling off the edge here. Easily one of the best features of this whole deal. Yeah, this is my Italian hillside village. I kind of did the layout similar to the village that was here before. And then you can see I still have some buildings left to build. I've got this stone is the outline of what I plan to build in the future. All this section down here. This section down here, though, is I was thinking of modeling after a church that's in Barcelona. I think it's Barcelona. Somewhere in Italy or Spain or something. It doesn't have this tower here, but it does have like this this spire on the side of it and the face of it here. You can see the Endermen have been decorating. And so that is one piece. This building and this spire is kind of the one piece of this whole city that I directly got from like a place that exists in the real world. But the rest of it is just all on, just on a whim. Just I kind of looked at some pictures of Italian cities, hillside cities, and created these two block palettes. The oak, stripped oak logs into birch, into sandstone, into smooth sandstone, into sand. And then the roofs are a combo of spruce planks and the clay bricks, the new clay bricks, which are just such an excellent addition to the game. Oh, I really love these little planters here. I don't know, the way I got them all in a line on this edge here, I don't know, it gives me like gladiator vibes. I'm not sure why. The way it kind of lines the path. I don't know, it's just a simple feature. I didn't actually put these planters anywhere else in the city. I couldn't find another use for them, but right here they just are perfect. Anyway, so when I got here, there was like a villager house here and here. These two were villager houses. I think there was even one here. And I don't think there was a house here. Yeah, there wasn't a villager house here. But I ended up just carving out this hole in the wall and making this my storage room. And I think at first I made the villager house that was here into my bedroom, where I'd sleep. And I ended up building this building later on to make this my bedroom. So just come in and, family portrait on the wall. You got some turtle eggs. I really love just the simple decoration of this room with the turquoise kind of theme. And decided to put my hidden entrance to the mine right here. Boom. And I dug down all the way to bedrock, and there was nothing. It didn't lead I dug all the way down. I made this staircase all the way down, and I got down there, and there was nothing. There was no. I hit no caves. I think I hit no caves. Okay, I think I hit one cave. See, this is something I built because I did actually get to this caving system. Okay, so this is like this is the skeleton farm. Yeah, I did eventually find this spawner, but at first when I dug this all the way down, I didn't. This wasn't here. I found that later, and you can see it came close to that cave, but it didn't actually hit it. I made this hole later on. Um, this was my second attempt at digging down to find some caving, and it ended up turning into just where I would grow moss blocks and some mycelium. But yeah, that was hilarious. So let's go back up. Oh, I'll build a little secret. Again, another hole I punched. This was not. None of this was here before. This is my super smelter. This I cleared out last week. This whole area. This wasn't here. And then this is like my experimental redstone area where I've been testing some redstone experiments. So yeah, so when I first got here, I, created this storage room. Again, just last week I built a super smelter that comes down this way, so I can drop. If I want to smelt stuff, I can drop, like throw the wet sponge in here, and then it will spit the items back into this chest, which is pretty cool. So it picks it up in this minecart here, drops it off, and then once it's done, comes over here, and it shoots it up through this bubble column. And I originally had the dispenser for the bubble column like right there, but it was too loud, so I actually moved it down here so that I didn't have to hear it. So the hoppers come all the way down here and drop into the dispenser there. Also, another thing I created just like last week was building this sugarcane farm. Okay, so yeah, this is where I sleep. And actually, oh, it's not night. Okay, I'm getting tired of this rain. I love collecting zombie villagers. And if you haven't seen my zombie villager curing station, I just posted it on YouTube. There's a link in the description to see the zombie villager curing station. It's a new design. I think it's better than all the designs that exist. I titled the video Ultimate Zombie Villager Curing Station because I think it is the ultimate. I think it's more efficient than the other ones that exist, and if you check it out, you'll see why, because it's easy to bring villagers in. One of my favorite things to do is to catch zombie villagers and then cure them. I don't know why. It brings me joy. I'll fly around at night. I'll find one. I'll lead him back here. I'll name tag him or give him an item, and you can see I love doing that so much. A lot of this village is populated with villagers I've cured, and if they were villagers that were here before, then I cured them 5 times with that guy. But at my original base, I have a whole setup with like 200 villagers where they've all been cured 5 times. Took a ton of gold and apples. But here's the greatest thing. If you ever see a zombie villager baby sitting on a chicken, you have to catch him. Rule number 1 for my Minecraft. This is one of the most valuable mobs in the game because you can cure him, And once he grows up, you've got a villager, an adult villager riding a chicken, right? You can lease that chicken, take them all over. Zedaf did it in this new season of Hermitcraft. You can go find that if you look it up. And that's how I learned about it. And I already loved finding zombie villagers and curing them. All right, let's get this Randy going. I promise that's all. I already loved curing zombie villagers, and this just doubles my love for it. It's a really rare mob, but you eventually will come the day when you find one. The new resin blocks came out. I decided I wanted to catch a creaking, and so I can make this tree a orange tree, which kind of looks cool. I don't know if an orange tree really matches the vibe around here because we got these pink uh, cherry blossoms in this area, but it was an experiment. Not bad. Kind of looks like oranges on the ground with these new flowers that are in the pale moss biome. Um, and these tall oak trees, you can grow those. I don't know if people know how to grow those. You can actually force grow them yourself by placing a glass block diagonal to the sapling, one block up. Place a glass block diagonal to the sapling, one block up, bone meal the sapling, the oak sapling, and you'll get these tall oak trees. And so I've grown them. Like this one wasn't here. In fact, I don't even think I grew this one until after I built these buildings. But I planted a sapling, put a glass block, one diagonal, one up, and I planted those all throughout the city after I'd built a lot of the city. And it gives it a really good vibe, dude. Like, because before the view of the city was just like there's none of these trees were here, and normal size oak trees wouldn't have looked that good. Obviously, custom trees would have looked great, but I don't. That's not something I've ever really been into. I don't know. I feel like I've always liked the tall oaks so much that I've always just grown those instead of making custom trees. So I planted them next to some spruce, like sprinkled some spruce throughout there just to give a kind of a variation. But you can see these are all tall oaks that were grown with that glass trick. In fact, I could actually show you exactly how to do it. This would be a good place for one right here on the way to my portal. Do it right now. Okay. So, yeah, like maybe right here. Move that over a little bit. And then here's a good diagonal block to put it on. Doesn't always work. Sometimes it grows a funky, weird, shorter one, but usually it works. Yeah. And there we go. And they're not always like ideal. I wish this would have been a little higher so you can kind of, knock them down and try again. Yeah, see, that completely blocks the portal. I was kind of hoping it would go out that way. So maybe not the most ideal place for one, but that's the trick. That's how you grow some tall oaks. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you learned something new from this stream. Maybe you'll come back and watch this stream another day. You know what I'm saying? Got valuable information here. You know? So when I was looking at this city early on when I built it, it's this sprawling canyon valley. And a big reason that I chose it in the first place was because it was so blank. It was like all like this, aside from the village. I mean, this whole area kind of looked barren, just like that. And I came here, like I said, I wandered off into the wilderness to start over from scratch because I was at full end game at my original base, which I'll show you, maybe in another stream or later today. And came over here, saw just kind of like a blank canvas, you know, and just saw like such potential because full blank canvas, I mean, just so much stuff that could be created in here. And this was all blank. And after I started laying everything out and started building the buildings, I realized, wouldn't it be cool to just have like an easy way to get across? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if I keep this as my forever world forever, I'm sure someday I will build buildings over here. I ended up making use of this bridge to go to the portal. But yeah, I was just looking at this layout and I was like, oh, I need to connect. I had this vision for a big, this big tower here, and then like two bridges going out from it, and brought it to fruition. That is my mob farm. There's actually two towers over there. Those are my mob farm. But I started pretty small. I started, you know, one of the first things I built was the iron farm. And I think I had kind of built some of these buildings. I hadn't built these two yet. And I was like, you know what I want? If you go on YouTube and you search aesthetic iron farm, I think is how you got to find it. It's like a cool, he's got this. I don't remember the guy's name, but he's got, in a cottage kind of spruce wood style, he's got this same contraption here where the water flows from underneath it and the golem drops off the edge. What I thought would be a good idea to go along with that would be to have an aqueduct. I imagined like a spring coming out of, just coming out of the earth right here. And the water kind of changes color. You can see it changes from like I guess the water is like a light blue in these cherry blossom biomes. And then as it goes into more of the plains biome, it kind of changes from the light blue to the darker blue right here. But yeah, I had this vision for this aqueduct with three tiers to it right here that would flow into the into the iron farm and provide the water that would bring the golems out of the farm. And so that was, I think, one of the first things after kind of getting the palette of the city down. That was one of the first things I built. This being my little headquarters to grab all my stuff. Then I just started expanding. Obviously everyone needs a mob farm, so I built a mob farm in here. This is actually just a creeper farm, this section, and then this is a experimental mob farm design. I ended up planting these two cherry blossoms after the fact. I think this one too. They'd kind of stopped up on the hillside there, so I planted these three cherry blossoms after I built the farm. But this is an experimental mob farm. It didn't work out too well. You can see the zombies falling down right now. There are eggs, and there are turtle eggs on this side that the zombies walk towards. And there's a dog and a cat on each level on that side that scares the creepers and the skellies away. But one thing about this design is for some reason it does not produce arrows. All these arrows I placed in here from, just killing mobs. It only produces flesh, gunpowder, and bone, and it seems to produce more gunpowder than anything, which is ironic because I built a whole other mob farm just for creepers. It's lit up now. I lit up every level. It's the snow golem farm where all the creepers walk towards the snow golems. But it filled up. You can see this is the last chest. All these chests are full, and it filled up. And I lit up each level, and I might take those down in the future. So yeah, and there are campfires down there, soul campfires. That's just if you go look up creeper farm, that's just one of the main ones that exists out there on YouTube. And I wanted two towers. Like very early on, I don't really see when I search Italian hillside village or Italian village or whatever, I don't see towers like these in it. But I just had it in my head, with this sprawling valley. I kept picturing towers. So you got these two here, you got that one there. I kept going up to that cliff to overlook the city in what I was building so far. So I ended up just building a tower, little lookout tower up there. It's my little perch to look down on my handiwork, and lit up the whole city with just frog lights and moss. And yes. Okay, so sometimes at night, like I said, I'll fly around, get a zombie villager. You got some areas over here that the mobs spawn. And now that I've got these bridges that lead across, I can just walk them over here, catch them in a boat underneath a tree so they don't burn during daylight. That creaking that I went and found a pale moss biome, brought that creaking into this building here. Actually, this is one of my favorite buildings. I was looking at Google photos of Italian villages, and saw this design where it's almost like it's kind of like an apartment kind of building, and there's little arches that go in, have indents, two outward facing windows, and the rest are like indents. And it's there's a whole nother tier to it also. Um, there's a whole nother level to it also. I love it. I just love this building so much that I built another one down below. Um, Down there, you can just barely see the roof of it down there. I'll show you that one later. So really happy with this little corner of the village. These buildings lead up. Oh, you can hear the little LAs. I just built this like 2 days ago. I wanted to be able to get HP here. And you press that button, and the infested potion splashes them and makes silverfish that you can get XP from. Anyway, back to the creaking. I built this. I had this building. I wasn't doing really anything with it except that I would make concrete down here, and there's open to a mine shaft, and I planted a bunch of mushrooms throughout the mine shaft to get mushrooms for weakness potions. But some of these buildings are pretty empty. But I thought, oh, I can put the creaking here. So here he is, and I can stand here at night and smack him. And then as soon as the resin appears there, it activates the observer and moves a piston. Just another simple farm you can find on YouTube. I named him Creech because that's a character from the comic Spawn. If you've ever heard of that, the character Creech is actually really cool, really, really cool design. I think it was Greg Ticini that designed that. Could be wrong. So I can just stand here. It's kind of boring. Just stand there all night and just smack him. Had these villagers just with no workspace for a while and decided to make them into a mending, unbreaking, and efficiency villagers because those are, the books that you need the most. So might as well put a small amount. Again, I have a full zombie villager, like 100 zombie villagers at my other base, that I'll show you in a later video. A little brewing station over here, all the ingredients down here. Take stone to make the infestation potion, which I just learned after I built out a lay farm. And then just keep the potions in here. And if I come down here, I tried to build a little farm for the new grass, the firefly grass and the new desert grass, but it didn't work. This was a design that I found on YouTube. Built it, didn't end up working out. But this drops down to the sugarcane farm, simple sugarcane farm. The observers see it and pop the whole line of dispensers. So yeah, that's this building. Building I kind there was no fallen leaves here. I had to go. Those got added to the game after this world was started. So I went to collect those and I started just experimenting with decorating with them. Same with the pale moss flowers. Not used to talking this much in the morning. I'm going to clear my throat a lot. So these are two buildings that I've yet to build that I mentioned earlier. Got a little staircase up to them. This was my, oh geez. This was my original enchanting room when I started over here. Built this little staircase to lead up to these two buildings that will be built but haven't been built yet. This was the original garden that was at this village when I got here. So this is actually, this garden is one of the only things that's remained untouched. Actually, it might be the only thing that's remained untouched since I got here, other than, planting rows of the veggies like that. You can see this is the stairs up into what will be the entrance to these two buildings here. And I'll probably build them just like I have some of these other ones, where this one has a roof over it, but this shorter one has like the flat top like that, which has been central to the buildings I'm building around here, where it'll have the main building with a roof and then like terraces that are just flat, that extend out from them, usually diagonally. One there. To get up there, and it's not working. There we go. Yeah, so you can kind of see, oh, okay, there's one down there. And then this one's like a combo roof, flat, roof. I think there's actually another flat one down there. Yes, little flat one. And then you can see this one also is a combo roof, roof, flat, roof. So I built the, hey, gosh darn, Enderman dropping blocks everywhere. I wish I could turn that feature off. I turned the phantoms off on this world after dealing with them for a year in this world. I was just like, I got to turn that whole sleep mechanic off just to get rid of these things. They're so annoying. I voted for them like all the other probably regretful people out there. I wanted stuff in the sky. Hindsight's 2020. So I built the iron farm, started building some of these buildings, created this palette this white palette. I actually created the white palette first. I didn't add the yellow palette till later. So the yellow buildings that you see were built a little later on. In fact, I think I actually took down these two buildings after building them and replaced it with this new palette to give a variation between the yellow palette and the white palette. Because just having the white palette throughout the entire city is just not my vibe. So started expanding. I did, just like I've built the stone here, I started laying out all the buildings down there. Those were also a lot of villager buildings. And I kind of kept the same kind of layout that the village that originally was here had down there. So let's take you through some of these first buildings that I built. Bedroom, little brewing station villagers. Into this one, just put some more villagers. I actually did that just last week, so this was empty for quite a long time. But down here in this basement is a little fern farm where I can bob up and down in this bubble column with shears and the door closed, and bone meal and shear to get ferns. This drops down to that moss just block, that basement, moss basement that I showed you earlier. And nothing up here besides a little wood fireplace, which makes no sense. And if there was stone trapdoors, it would be a stone furnace. That would make sense, but there's not, and I don't like big, bulky fireplaces, so basically I didn't want to block the windows. What it came down to. I like windows. Who doesn't like windows? You can see out of them. It's our main feature. In here is a little wheat room. You can stand here, flip this lever on, stand here, and grow a bunch of wheat. Got to fill these up with bone meal. And so I just put a little wheat around the place to decorate. This was a cool little addition, little AC unit. What do you think? And it's dripping a little bit with the little oak, stripped oak underneath it, Loom with 3 trapdoors. Not bad. Came up with that myself. Brilliant. Brilliant, Andrew. Brilliant. Okay. This is just a room where I get my golden carrots, basically. These two guys give me all the golden carrots I need. Which is, a great addition to the game. So glad they made farmers have the golden carrots. Nothing up here. Didn't even know there was beds up here. Don't know where those came from. Another little flat terrace coming out the back here. So that's that building. I already showed you the mob farms. Caught an alley. Put him in here. He's got a little diamond block in his hands. Okay. Those are some of those buildings. Coming over here, back into this alleyway, you've got my new LA farm, my new XP farm that's here. Kind of annoying. You've got a little blacksmith area here that's just all decoration. This was meant to be like an overhead furnace that you'd find above a stove. Doesn't really make sense, but I like it nonetheless. Came up with that myself too. Pretty good, huh? With the grindstone? Huh? Above the loom? Looms are useful. They're not useful for, nobody uses them really, but for decoration. Anyway, little blacksmith area in this side building there. Yeah, I love this little corridor back here. Just so cozy. this takes you down into the bottom of this room that I already showed you. Coming over here, this is just the back. I already showed you this building. This is just nothing really going on with this last square. Okay, which way should we go? Let's go down this way real quick because these buildings are quick to show you. This building here is the most recent building I've built, and the feature I like about it most is these stacks of oak that are like sitting around it, like lumberjack lives there or something. This building is just kind of like a, I don't know, it feels a little piratey to me, the way I found an open cave behind it, and I think a serial killer lives here, judging by the skulls, judging by the decoration. Little stone nook there. Yeah. A little unfinished, the way it just goes into the dirt and stone right there, but whatever. Built it into the side of the hill. And up in here, this is just that other exit from the LA XP farm. Coming over here, this is a cool little feature. You got this bridge connecting these two buildings. And you can cross over between them like this, which I love, I love, I love, I love. Simple little just feature. Nothing going on with these buildings yet. Have not decided on an interior. This is the only roof like this where I built a little, like, again, I saw this like in a Google Photos Italian city, I think, or something like that. Or, you know, you'll have those rooftops where people do a little awning kind of on their rooftop. Again, nothing really in these buildings. Whole checkered basement, kind of cool. Eventually, maybe I'll do interiors for all of this. I've tried to do what I can. Down here, you got this bridge that connects everything, and this bridge kind of followed the path of the village that was here before, and it just basically just takes you over this river to wherever you want to go. Okay, this is really cool. We're back around over here. This is where the golems die. This is one of my favorite features. Again, something I built pretty early on. Put this little building here, and it collects blocks of iron because underneath underneath here, I don't know why I went this way. Oh, geez, I missed. Hoppers collect the iron ingots when the golem dies. They get collected. This filter sorts out the red roses or whatever they are, the roses, and drops them in the lava. So probably see that happen shortly here. And then the iron gets sent. There it is. There's one. The iron gets sent. There it goes. There's a block. Look, we watched it happen. Iron gets crafted into the full block and then gets shot up in the dispenser over here. And that gets collected into these. Behind this is a elevator, bubble column. Brings it over the top into the hoppers and is collected in here. So I just got all the iron I'll ever need in this little building right here. So that building serves a purpose. Not all of them do. but a lot of them do. I've done pretty well. And then we're getting to, okay, now we're going to get into the pretty barren buildings, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. None of these buildings serve any purpose. I hate to admit it. It's a sad state of affairs over here. Pretty much barren, okay? But the cool thing is, all these buildings connect. There's 4 buildings here, all connected. Little stairways connecting them all. You can see, again, my habit of catching zombie villagers, my favorite pastime, okay? All these buildings connect. You go through them all. I think I cured that guy. He was a zombie villager, too. Go back up to the top, though, so you can see the outside. This was where... So these 2 structures are also from the original city. This is where the villagers would gather to do their noon chit-chat. Okay? Another barren building. Okay? Just like these other buildings on the right, all of these buildings connect, and they all have their own doorways. Separate little special doorway entrances. So, okay, I did a good job decorating the outside, planted a bunch of ferns, lit up the area, right? But just didn't get to interiors. Haven't found a purpose for these yet. Maybe one day I'll get a bunch of villagers here, give them each a little home here, okay? But for now, oh, hey. Bastard. Where's he? Oh, there he is. Okay, let's kill him. Watch this. This is the trick to killing these guys. You get them in the corner, and you just don't let them get out of the corner, dude. That's the trick. That is the trick. You will never have problems with Enderman again. Wait till they get near a corner, and then just do the critical hit, 4 times. And they're done for. They're done for. You'll never have Enderman problems again. Another benefit of watching this stream. Solving all of your problems here on the stream right now. You've got barren buildings. They look nice from the outside. All because of that original choice. You choose a color palette. You got the tough into the cobble, into the stone, whatever you call those, into the smooth andesite, into the white concrete, into the white concrete powder. And you got the oak, birch, sandstone, smooth sandstone, sand. You do those, get your palette going, get your architecture design going. We got the roof and the flat roofs, connect them, start laying it out in stone. Before you know it, you're going to have a whole dang city. A lot of that work is up front at the beginning, choosing the palette, choosing the architecture style, and then just go wild with it, right? Barren buildings, yes. Again, catching zombies, so fun to do, so fun thing to do. Barren building, you hear the witch. I hear it too. Just caught a witch. No reason. Named him Witch because of that movie. With the two V's, the movie with, you know what I mean. These guys used him to find my first trial chamber in this area. I had already found some in my original area. This was another cured zombie villager that I never did anything with. Little loft up here. These buildings cross over with a flat roof here. Yeah, and then here's the river. Kind of dug out the river. It was a little thin here, so I dug it out so that this bridge made more sense. There's 2 of these guys. Oh gosh, he got in the way. Okay, still though. Okay, look at that. Okay, look at that, you guys. I just took out 2 Endermen. corner crit tactic. Jump and crit. Oh, there's another. Okay, let's get him. He's stuck there. Watch. That's the trick. You get him stuck. Don't know why they're all coming into this building here. They've made this their home, apparently. This is Enderman Central. Get him to the corner. Jump and crit. Don't let them move. Do it fast enough so they can't move. Okay. This is the same as that other building I was showing you up there. It's a little less tall. It's only got 2 stories down here instead of 3. But it's got that same, the 3 indents, and then the like upper kind of like penthouse. A little bit of wheat planted on the outside for decoration. A lot of this stuff is intentionally plain because if you go look at Italian cities, Italian hillside cities, whatever, you'll see it's they got a consistent simplicity to the whole deal. And the basement? No, there's no basement. That just goes nowhere. Lovely. We build a basement there. And then it goes up into the little penthouse, all barren. That's okay. We'll maybe build out something. This is a little farmhouse. I originally had my cow farm here. It's moved. It was in this stone here where I would feed the cows up here, and then the babies would drop down and grow up, and I'd slaughter them down here. So this was intended to be a little farmhouse, but I built it, and then I moved the cow farm, so it's also barren. Donkeys, daily horses. Okay, so man, we're getting close to the end of it. Let's show you where I moved the cow farm to, because the wool farm is also there. Going back up this way. I love this pathway. I love the stone or cobblestone, and oh, that's not right. Need to put another moss blob down there. Okay. Coming down here to the area that hasn't been built yet, it's just been laid out. I built this little tunnel. Again, looked up Italian tunnel, keeping with the theme. And I saw one that kind of resembled this one here. Maybe built it a little too big, but that's okay because it ended up working out perfectly. Put these, they call them anvils in here to create kind of a minecart effect, mine rail system effect. And all of my, these are almost full. This, you can see this is how long I've been working on this village, because I didn't even make this sheep farm until like halfway through this whole build. And these chests are almost full. So you can see I spend a lot of dang time here. And I moved the cow farm into here, although I hardly use it because I eat golden apples now. I'm elite. I'm rich. I'm rich, bitch. Feed them up here. Babies drop down here. Here's the back of the wool farm. This opens up into a cave. It kind of goes a ways down that way. I can get into the back of the wool farm up there also. So yeah, ended up making a use of this tunnel. This was just all stone. I cleared out this whole tunnel all the way through until basically this area. Thank you. My wife brought me a smoothie. Delicious. And nutritious. Double whammy. So cleared out all this. Keep farm. I'll farm. Don't use it a whole lot. The only time I really use anything in here is when I want to go explore an ancient city. Go find it. Maybe I find an ancient city. Grab some of these, light colored wool and use them to navigate the ancient city and block the shriekers. This is a mango pineapple yogurt. Gets the digestive system going in the morning. You know what I'm saying? This building's empty. Barren buildings. Embarrassing, but that's life, baby. Progress is being made nonetheless. Got all this over here. Turn this into a church and just have buildings, more residential houses surrounding it. And there you go. This has been the tour of my Italian city. Let's go back up to our perch. Isn't she beautiful? Quiet sounds of iron golems dying in the distance. The sweet, sweet sounds. Iron golems dying. Look at this guy here. He just doesn't know what to do. He was here when I got this. Okay, another permanent fixture of the village. He was there when I first got here. Trapped him there, and there he stays. There he stays. So yeah, I wanted that vibe, like the Italian cities, where it's just smashed in there. There's just a ton of buildings, just same style buildings, just all smashed together, creating this kind of cacophony. I made a mute button for when I clear my throat. A hotkey. I can, and then they don't hear it. Pretty proud of that. Our first stream, I'm a little advanced. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I just wanted it all crammed in there because that's the vibe. Maybe I'll build more over here. That would be pretty insane for a survival world to have an area this jam packed. Is jam packed as this section here? Do all this jam packed? That would look just prolific. But being that we already got a ton of barren buildings and we're going to build more, aside from the church, which I'll probably do a fancy interior for, I don't know how long I will have the enthusiasm to continue adding to this. Although I do think I will finish these buildings, which is something I thought we could do on the second part of the stream here, is actually do, take one of these palettes. You can see I've already decided what color the buildings will be. White, two yellow, white, white, yellow, white, 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 white. White, white. I have not decided what colors to make these two buildings up here. But I feel like they need to be yellow since they're surrounded by two white buildings right here. Might be cool actually to do one white, one yellow. Like do that one yellow, this one white. So I don't know. I've been procrastinating on these two buildings for quite a long time. Laid them out pretty early. And I forget they're there because I go to my storage station, I turn around, continue looking at the village and doing stuff around the village and totally forget these two layouts are up here. So you know what? Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. It's a coin toss between starting on one of these. Yes. You know what? I'm going to do these two buildings today. I think yellow, white. That's what I think. All right. Let me get my stuff. We'll get started on that. Let me get my stuff. We get started on that. Let me get my stuff. Hey, there's all my sponges. My furnace smelter works. These back where they belong. These are where I keep my pallets. These three bulkers contain the kind of the pallet for the whole city. But first, I need to use the restroom, so I will perch you at the perch you at the perch, and use the bathroom real quick, like. Oh, let me show you something cool. How about that? Get that stuff, guys. Links in the description. Cure that villager. My whole deal. Find zombie villagers. Lead them back to your base at night. Catch them in a boat. End game fun. Okay? End game fun always to be had. Kill Enderman. Cure zombie villagers. That's cure Enderman. Kill Enderman. Cure zombie villagers. That's the dealio. That's the dealio. I'll be right back. Okie doke. So let's get it started. Okay, the wall's gonna go down all the way, take up all this, clear this out. We'll go into the wall there. There. That. Yeah, we'll do this bottom building in this yellow palette. These. Yeah. Yeah. There. Get the blocks out. Do I have enough of everything? Yes. Okay, everything. So start doing oak, stripped oak. Don't know how much stripped oak we're really gonna have up here. gonna go up the highest on this one right here. Something kind of like that. I'm gonna go up on each of these. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. And you can see on these other buildings how I did some go up 2 from the birch with the birch. Some just go up 1. This one could go up 2. That one already goes up 2. Maybe this one goes up 2. Oh, well, maybe it goes up 3. That was an accident. Okay, happy accident. That works. I like that. Okay. It's sandstone. Oh, yeah. Need this one here, too. I don't know. I don't think any oak here. Just do this and that and that. And boom. And boom. First off, just top them all off. Step back, take a look. Top them off, take a look. Step back, take a look. Top them off. If you ain't topping off, I ain't know what you're doing. Okay, something like that, maybe? Yeah, we're looking. Yeah. It's just dark up here. I want to light this up. Make it a frog light. There's this song called Cloud Light by Eskimo, Eskmo. And every time I say frog light, that song starts up in my head. It's actually a really, really, really dope song. And if you do go listen to it, headphones or something, it's like sonic, supersonic, amazing song. Cloud Light by Eskimo, Eskmo. Every time I say frog light, that song just starts playing in my head. It's dark. It's too dark. Close the trunk. Okay, you know what bothers me is this right here. I hate it when there's ADD. We're gonna actually change that in a few spots that I noticed earlier. I hate it when the oak doesn't extend down. Oh, oh, it feels so good, and I saw it over here too. Did you guys see this earlier? Oh, the relief. Oh, the relief it brings. Okay, back to work. Focus. Focus, people. New button coming in clutch. It is just dark up there. Oh, look, an Enderman took a block from here. Guaranteed. Enderman abuse right there. I hate that it's so dark on this walkway, but that's life. Okay. Put these back. Don't need these right now. What we need is... Oh, pale oak? Ooh, oh, no, I hate it. Kind of liked it, then I hated it. Okay. Kind of lighting this up as much as I can, but like this staircase is gonna have to be a little dark. Okay, back to work. Boom, boom. Oh, I'm hitting my ceiling. We'll just keep that line there so we know where to stop it. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Boom. Cap them all off. Cap them all off, then step back and take a look. Take a look. Cap them all off, then step back and take a look. Take a look. Take that look. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Because sand is going to go on top of each of those smooth sandstone. That's kind of a cool shape for the sand too. It almost makes like a, almost gonna make like a W. Oh, I got a good idea. Okay, got a good idea. So, oop, sand, 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 sand. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Sand on the rest. Watch this. Okay, tell me what you think. Bing, bang, boom. Kind of nice. I don't know. I feel like there's too abrupt of a change right here. Yeah. Okay, let's redo this middle section. Okay. You will go in my inventory when I tell you to go in my inventory. Okay. Bring this up. Even do like a little thing there where this, yes. Maybe I even put a sandstone there. Yes. Yeah, let's try that. Well, look, that's how you do it. Come straight into my inventory when I tell you to. That's all blocks. Okay. Something like this. Let's see this. Yes. I like that. Now it feels smooth. Feels built into the hillside. It feels good. And I knew that it would because I've already done this palette like 30 times around here. I knew that it would now. Knew that it would now. Okay, so we got kind of that going, kind of that looking. Guess we could do this other side too. So I'm pretty certain this is going to work out. I'm not fully certain that the yellow lower building and the white upper building will look great, but the risk I'm willing to take. So I'm actually just going to build up down here too. Trust the gut. Trust your gut, people. The only gut you've got. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. What do we do? Do we go all the way back here? Yes, maybe. Sure. Up. Up. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're building. We're building. We're living. We're thriving in Minecraft. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'd make that jump. Maybe we'll do the thing again where it does a little curvy curve. Do that. Do that, that, that. Even though we're not ever going to see that. Okay. And basically that would make it so that the only place we're really seeing this sand on this side is this corner here. And then the rest is just, oh, I see, I curved it here. I curved it. Get back up. I don't think that was supposed to go all the way back. I think it ends there, doesn't it? The end? Oh, okay, it's 2 over. 2 over from there. 3 over from here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this one doesn't need to be here. Okay, bing, bing, boom. Okay. We'll put the windows in later, I think. Let's start on this top one. So that's a different palette that we can put all these back away in there. And then grab the palette out of here and here. So it starts with tough, and then cobblestone, then smooth stone, then polished diorite, white concrete powder. Clear this out. Well, actually, we didn't need to do that, but I'm so happy I'm finally doing this. These upper level buildings here. I've been wanting these to be done for so long. Happy bees. Happy bees, happy bees. Been listening to the new Tom York and Mark Pritchard album, All Tales. And it's got this like super dark, creepy, but upbeat, like upbeat, dark and creepy. I know that's a oxymoron, but it's like happy days, happy days. Okay, focus. No, don't focus. Focusing is overrated. Okay, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. It's finally happening, people. It's windy out there today. I don't know, do I put that there? Already go for it? Yeah. Something like that. Dun, 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 dun. Hmm. I think we maybe just do this. Cap them off, step back, take a look. That's the way we do around here. Oh, there we go. What do we think? I kind of like that. Start going. Maybe put one there. Something like that. How far back does this go? Is it just okay? Stops there. Okay, got it. I think the majority of this is just gonna be white concrete. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. Yeah, it's dark up here too. Oh, I'm on a diorite. Oh, this is too dark. Why is it so dark? Okay, I need more diorite. BRB. Nice that it's easy to make though. Just don't even need a crafting table. Hear that creaking every time I go by that building. I love that. Cool little sound. Great atmosphere. Okay, what are we doing? Yeah, looking good. I like it. It's coming along. Basically, it's just all about making it feel natural, and natural is chaotic. Stream is back up. Computer crashed. Fun stuff. First stream ever. But I got like I think like an hour and a half in before it crashed, so that's cool. Still doing the damn thing. So back to what we were doing. We were in the middle of building these two buildings here, which still don't know exactly how well that's going together. It might help the transition a little bit to put some sandstone. Standstone. I always want to say standstone. Why am I bring? Okay, yeah, that helps it. Just doing that a little bit. I want to do that a little bit. Hmm. I'm not hearing Minecraft, but it appears you are. Don't know what's up with that. Hmm. Let me see. Yeah, that's strange. Not hearing Minecraft. But it shows that you guys are. Hmm, very strange. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's just keep building. Figure that out later. I don't have too much more to go on this. I just kind of want to finish these two buildings and then. Yeah, it's my first time doing all this, so slowly figuring it out. But I like this transition a little bit more with the sandstone crossing over the cobble there. That looks right. So we can just keep going on the top part now. Oh yeah, I just got the new cape, the pancake cape. See, it's like each wing is like pancakes with syrup dripping off of them, and it's supposed to be a joke cape, but ironically it fits my whole vibe. Like it fits my skin amazingly. So okay, I'll take it. You know what I mean? This skin, by the way, is everyone thinks it's a Star Wars TIE pilot or Star Wars Rebel pilot, but it's actually from a comic book called Fear Agent by Rick Remender, and it's his character Heath Huston that is the main uh, the star of the comic. It ran for I think 32 issues total, and it was one of the first comics I read because one of the first comics I read was Walking Dead, and the artist on the first 6 issues of Walking Dead was a guy named Tony Moore, and another comic he had worked on was Fear Agent, and that's what got me into Fear Agent, and I ended up reading all 32 issues, and I own them in hardback, and yeah, I always liked that character, and I designed this skin years ago, and still still have it. Yeah, that's what the pancake cape looks like. Pancake was the joke, but with the wings on, it actually looks kind of dope. Again, with my skin that I've got going on, so yeah, that's what I'm working with. Okay, so here, got the door there. Something like that. And then let's keep working on. Oh, geez. There we go. Working on this here. Another one of those loop-de-loos there. Yeah. Yes. That's looking nice. Oh, jeez. Oh, I missed. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, like that. That Enderman just killed an Endermite. Must have dropped after I Ender Pearl a second ago. Okay. Something like that, maybe? Make this transition as smooth as possible. Let's see. Something like that. Oh, I need to work on over here a little bit. Okay. I'm a little disoriented just because OBS is showing that you guys are hearing Minecraft, but I'm not. But whatever, I'm gonna keep going because I want to get this done. Look a little more into why I crashed after the stream's over. Yeah, I do want to get these buildings done before I end this. So I'm gonna go. Just fingers crossed it doesn't crash again. First time for everything. I'm glad I'm doing this. I've been wanting to stream Minecraft for years, to be honest. I've been playing for 11 years. I bought it September 14th, 2014. I just looked up the email. I wanted to know exactly how long I've been playing this. So I looked up the original email the original email from Mojang on setting up a Mojang account. So I'm not sure. I mean, I must have bought it on that date, September 14th, 2014. Because that's the date that I got that email from Mojang. You have a new Mojang account. Couldn't find the actual like purchase email, but assuming it was that date. Okay, so bring it up a little bit right here. Get all the way up to the top. one little piece that just goes all the way up. That, yeah. And then just start laying the powder in and see how it looks. Using a lot of powder at the top of this. I don't know if that's the way to do it or not, but we're doing it. I don't usually use this much powder at the top like this. So I'll have to work on that. Maybe I'll do like that. Yeah. Just looking. Yeah, not too bad. A little more powder than I usually use. You can see on the other buildings, there's just kind of like a taste of it at the top. Oh, there's a lot on this one though. So yeah, not bad. Oh, and I gotta do a roof on this thing. So that actually will change how much powder's over here, because it'll be like an archway, you know, over the building right here. From east to west facing archway. So that will actually take some of the powder off the sides. And you just keep this kind of main portion in the middle. And I think I need more powder. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, I got 4 more blocks in here. Okay, so let me make some more powder. Look. There we go. Yeah, not bad. This corner here is going to be a ton of powder, though, all in one. Okay, I think I got an idea for that, actually. To do a little vein bit of powder that will lead down to here, and then try like this. Maybe like one here. Yeah. Let's see that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It needs a break though. It's all just like a line. Look at that shot. So let's lift up those 3. Those 4. To bring all this just up 1 block. And then boom, 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 boom. See that? Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Again, with the roof, it's going to change everything. And I'll probably bring the edges of the roof down to like right there. So And then with this, yeah. Not too weird. Kind of weird with that direct like that. Yeah, let's break that up. But yeah. Do. Boop. Kind of weird that line, those two lines follow each other. Also, let's break that up. Yeah. Yes. You know what might be fun? Is one right here. Yes. Things are happening. Getting work done, son. Gotta get those blocks. I hate leaving blocks behind. No block left behind. There it is. Yeah. So this is the back wall. Might as well just do this up real quick. This will just take a second. Boom, 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 boom. 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 Okay. Okay. What do we think? Not bad. I mean, maybe not as good as keeping. I know. I'm conflicted about doing this from the very beginning, doing both together. But you know what? We're going to leave it. Imperfection is a part of real life. Imperfection is real. It's all there is. There's no perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. So that's going to be what it is. Hybrid building. Half yellow, half white hybrid building. I think we need a piece of andesite right there. That will help us. Yeah. It will look different with the windows. Once we start adding the windows, it'll look different. For now, we'll have to, okay, raining again. Rain, go away. And do not come again any other day while I'm streaming. Thank you. Bye. You know. Yeah. We're kind of just blocky eyesores right now without the windows and the roof, so let's add the roof, add the windows after that. So yeah, I may need all that. You know what? I'm not going to need, don't think I'm going to need the stone stuff anymore, but might actually need this stuff. Definitely need that for the windows. Might need this for decoration outside. Need this, this, and more spruce. And then I have enough mud bricks. I'm gonna need more mud. Oh, that's one thing I didn't show in the tour. Up here is my mud farm. And I've already have some excess in here, which is why I have the wheat farm in the other building, because I'm using a lot of mud on this city. Okay. Then a bunch of slabs, probably gonna need more than that. The roof always takes just a ton of slabs. And I use the spruce and the mud. Then I don't need these flowers. Get those over here. Don't need this stone. Get that one over here. Yeah, that's good for now. Let's see. So I know that I'm going to want this lower building to be flat. So we can actually just do that right now. Oh, no block left behind. Yeah. Which means I need to bring all that down. Which is why I kept those in my inventory. Oh, but I didn't keep the ones that I need. Something like that. You know what? And I think I need a cobble for there. Dang it. There we go. There we go. Okie doke. So. I got that roof going. Yeah. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the peak of the roof right here and slant it down from there. Where is the center? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. We can start taking off some of this, even though we worked so hard on it. Took our time. We made it nice, and now we destroy it. Because I didn't think ahead. And then we take down this last one. Ironically. The thing we just worked on a minute ago. Okay. That should be good. Basically, like that. Yeah. I like doing spruce in the corners. I always end up doing the corner. You can see it. Where is it? Yeah, see right there? See the corner of that building? And then see that little corner? Sprinkle the corners with spruce. Boom. 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 Like that. Oh, hey B. What do you think of my build so far? Yeah, something like that. There we go. Spruce in the corner. Oh, you know what? I like putting. I started carrying a stone cutter with me all the time because I use it so much. I don't think we're gonna need 12. We'll need maybe 6. It's kind of my shulker that I just take everywhere with me. The sand is just because I was working on the Guardian, the underwater temple clear out. But usually what I keep in here is just spruce, crafting table, coal, sticks, stone, cutter stone, and signs and torches. Those are the things I seem to just kind of need at the most random of times that I'd prefer to just have on me at all times. Just makes more sense than always thinking to need them and then not having them. So let's do something like this. And bring this out from there. Yeah. I always get, I never get enough um, slabs, mud slabs. Make more in like 10 seconds. More spruce, sprinkle the spruce. Just like that. That'll do. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. That. Yeah. You just want, it's almost like a natural wear and tear on the roof. You just got sections where the mud bricks. So basically, the idea is that the spruce is underneath the mud bricks, and over time, the bricks have worn down, or the mud covering the wood has worn down to reveal the wood. Is the way I think of it. So it's like rain damage essentially. It's also just texturing. I'm gonna do all these. I go through these bricks so fast. Okay. It's a little trick. If you're breaking a block that's underneath you and you don't want the block to drop down, put it in your offhand, and as soon as you break it, plant the other one. And then it'll pop the block up. Pro tips, guys. Pro tips. Just a little bit of tip. Okay, let's just turn all these. Oh yeah, you can't stone cut wood, which, maybe that just should have been a thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that just should have been a thing. It wasn't. It wasn't made a thing. Okay. Yeah, I want that there. And the other thing that I'm going to need is I've been on the roof. I've just been sprinkling lichen, you know, like that. That number. So we'll just keep that in inventory for a second. Now that we've got trial chambers, I can keep slowness arrows on me whenever I want. Yeah, let's do something like that, eh? Then that. So much for shearing these that cherry blossom back. So much for that. Did that a while ago, expecting that this building would cut into it. It's not going to. Oh, it's pruned back for no reason, but that's okay. We can always add a couple leaves if we want, if that bothers us. Oh, no, that one stays. Okay. Boom, boom, and then we remove this last one. You know what? I need to step back and look. I haven't looked. Let's do that. See how we're looking here. Yeah, I like it. Once it's got windows, it's gonna pop because the light will hit it. Yeah. Gosh, I cannot tell you how long those stone structures were sitting there undone alongside all these other finished houses. What a relief. Let's put this. Let's do that, huh? Do that, and then that, and then that. Yes. And that. That. Yes. Make it natural. Make it nice. Yeah, and then I feel like that, and then that. Yeah. This I feel like needs to be built back up now, because like that would be more like before we took it down. It was like that. A little random one there. Pepper it in. And that. Yes. Yes. I'm liking it. Something like that. Joy. Flipper. And maybe one there, and then just complete it with. Okay. A little lichen. I think I said it right. I think it's lichen. Yeah, I think I've heard somebody say lichen. So we're going with lichen. And I'm liking it. Okay. Am I liking it? Let's see. Usually don't fly this high, but that is the downward perspective on it. Okay, now let's add some windows. And I think there would be a door right here. Either a door here or here. I feel like it would be more natural for the door to be here. part of the determination of where the windows are going to go is made by where the floor, what level block the floor is at. Flowers. And since there's a door right there, then that would make me think there's a floor like right above. Okay, I got an idea. They don't want the floor to be directly above the door. Oh, geez. So what I can do is I can lift this up. I think I have a stair. I don't need to go like it anymore. Boom. Oops. Boom. Yeah. And then have like a staircase up to it. And then that puts the floor of the building like right there, which will bring our windows at about this level. And then the floor will be 2 blocks above the doorway. We did like this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then just here. Of course. 1 block short. We'll just do that. That's fine. That looks kind of weird though. That. I think that looks right. Yeah, I think I've seen, situations like that before. And then let's grab a lantern. And maybe a barrel. One of the things I do is, you can see it right over there, I put a barrel with a lantern on it, and it's a nice little place. Placing barrels just in random places is perfect for, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this. For when you just need to throw stuff away, but you don't want to throw it away, like if you're a hoarder, you know what I'm saying? And then put well, now it's daytime, but that would have been essential a minute ago. Okay. Yeah, and I like that. I like that. Feels good. Don't need that one anymore. No block left behind. Got to get them. And then if that were to come across, if the floor of the building were to come across right here, which would put the windows just like a block above that, then that would be roomy. So when you come in here, you got your floor here. And I guess we're using spruce. I did use jungle wood in some of the other buildings. And of course, this lower building will have a lower floor, which we can figure out in a second. But I guess we're using spruce on this level, on this building, interior. Okay. Nine. There we go. Yeah, so But I got back up and I've been going now again for 45 minutes since it crashed. So I don't know why. Whatever. We'll worry about it later. Just wanted to get back up and get the stream finished. Basically, I gave a tour of the whole place and then building these two buildings here. So figure once I finish building these buildings, then I can end the stream. And when I re-upload it to YouTube, I can just stitch together the two streams, the one that crashed and this new one. Yeah. Okay, so window here for sure. And I think window here, even though there's nothing there on the other side of it. No block, Libby? Oh, and then I'm gonna have to definitely do something like that. No, I need right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I kind of like it for the windows to be directly above the doors, but in this case, might not work out that way. Might be a situation where there's window here, and then the other ones are like off. They're not in alignment with door and window. Also, I kind of like the bamboo. I kind of want the bamboo door here, which is why I have bamboo in this chest. Look, I think I make two each. Yeah. Bamboo's different. They only make 2 planks per block, per log. Just throw the other door in here. We don't need it. Oh, what else is in there? Don't need any of that. Okay. Out of ender pearls again. I think they're incredibly useful. There are people that don't use them. I have to use them. Use them all the time. Let's see what it looks like with just the windows here. Oh, of course, out of bamboo. Always running out of stuff. Always running out of stuff. You know what? I think I have some scaffolding in this random chest here. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's see what this looks like. It's all coming together. Yeah, I mean, they're a little hot. They're a little far from the top, which makes me think they should be 3 tall. Yes. Who doesn't love a 3 tall window, eh? Okay, now let's see that. Yeah, that will, I mean, the windows are kind of big. But I mean, it's kind of like gotta work that way because we can't, it's not like we can raise the floor up more. We already have a staircase up to it on that. I guess we could bring that lower building up 1 block. But I don't mind, I don't hate the tall windows. Yeah, I kind of like them. And it makes this building unique because none of the other buildings in the city have those 3 block tall. Okay, I guess there's one. Of course, as soon as I say it, there's one right there. But if you look around, they all have 2 block high windows, like everywhere. So, which is good. There's like something's just slightly unique about each one of the buildings, which is very Italian. It's a coherent, cohesive architecture all around. But then there's one little quirk about each building, and with this building, 3 tall windows. Yes. We'll clear all that out later. Let's just worry about the outside as I normally do. Oh, I needed 2 doors and I put 2 away. Okay, let's do that. Then that. And then go get the other door that I put away. Bing bang boom. Yeah. Kind of weird with the height being different there. What if I just made that window 1 high? Ugh. Something like that. Let's see. Yeah, that feels right. And then we'll need windows on that side too. Even though you never see it. But those would be only 2 high. And we could even just put 1. Because you're never going to see it briefly coming from that direction, which I never do. Okay, so. Oh, and then I could put a 1 high window here. So, one little garden window that looks out on the garden. And since it's on that side, we could probably do 2 high there, and it's not going to throw off the front aesthetic. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Top building, exterior finished. Now let's work on where the floors are going to be, where the entrance is even going to be for this bottom building, because it kind of doesn't have one. But I was thinking, yeah, so let's do this. Oh God, there's, okay. Oh, I see. It was just a pillar for that. So what we can do is, we don't need any of the mud stuff anymore, but we do need spruce slabs. We just want one of these to put there. Then you can kind of still walk up into it. Yeah, and then the door would just be laid in one here. Something like that. Except cleared out, obviously. I don't know why I'm keeping all this. Oh God. Oh, and there's no back wall over here. Creepy crawlies can get in. So let's do lay the spruce floor here real quick. Oh well, maybe it would be oak. No, because the floor up there is spruce. So let's just keep it with spruce, even though it doesn't match the stairs coming in. I mean, it kind of matches. Spruce and oak kind of match, but you know what I'm saying. Bing, bing, boom. And then some sort of staircase will go in here somehow. And I need a back wall there. That's going to drive me crazy. Dirt away. There. Something like that. Okay. And we'll deal with all the stone. We'll clear out the rest of the stone and stuff at another time. Put that there for now. That looks terrible. Should be good for now. And don't need any torches because we got a lantern. And oh, you know what would be great? Okay, we are back live again. I crashed twice. My first ever stream. Crashed, restarted it, crashed again. I'm learning. I'm working on an MSI GS66 Stealth, which ChatGPT told me is thermally sensitive. No one told me this when I bought this laptop 2 years ago. I am considering an ASUS ROG Strix as my next laptop purchase. And I'm kind of looking forward to that because I've had a lot of problems with this computer and it's completely soured me to MSI in general, but ChatGPT seems to think it's particularly this computer because it's a stealth model. It's thermally sensitive, which was kind of a funny insult. I don't think ChatGPT meant for it to be an insult, but it did turn out to be. It felt like ChatGPT was making fun of me. No one told me this when I bought this laptop. Now I know. Next time I buy a laptop, I will be informed a little better. Not the end of the world. I capped the frame rate in Minecraft to 60 frames per second. And I capped the streaming and recording output on OBS to 30 frames per second. So now you guys will just get the stream in 30 frames per second, but hopefully that will keep my computer from overheating because I intend to stream as much as possible. I play Minecraft a lot, and I figure why not just go live every time I play? All that I'm changing is that I'm talking in addition to playing instead of listening to music or something. I can do that. See what's happening here. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's keep this up. I don't think I want to spin before. So when I crashed the second time, I had a class I had to join after I crashed the second time. Well, what we were working on is we built these two buildings on the stream earlier today. Actually, let me just make sure I get the chat open in case anyone joins. Okay. So earlier today, before I started this stream earlier today, these two buildings were just stone outlines like these down here. Now we've got these two buildings going. We just need to add windows to this one, and then we're done, basically, with the outside. Don't know what these buildings are going to be. I'll worry about that later. This one, I feel like maybe I'd do a window here, 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 and then I do like double windows up above, maybe? I'm gonna try it. Give it a shot. A lot of windows, but who doesn't like windows, right? We can always change it. Here, here, here. And then another bamboo door, I think. Bamboo door on this building? I don't know. I did bamboo doors here and on the roof. I can't get up to the roof right now. Staircase there. We had that before I'm actually call it done for today. But it's not bad. I feel like I'm gonna redo these windows. Put that one there. No. That one there. I think I'm gonna move them to. First off, this needs to be a staircase. Yeah. But I could do a double window here, and then there. And looks a little weird. Let me step back and look at it first. Yeah, I think the staircase actually doesn't work. Usually it looks good like that, but this case, I don't think it works. I kind of want to try a spruce door here, or maybe even a jungle door. So you got the little peephole. This is what an oak door looks like. Dealio. I don't think it's the best for these. This building I did all pale wood, Oh. That's what a spruce door looks like with the pallet, which doesn't look bad. I know I did a jungle door on one of these down here. Thought I did. Okay. Well, let's try it. Let's see what a jungle door looks like. I have it in here? No. It would look terrible. But I love the little hole, the little window hole. I guess the oak door kind of has that too, but let's see. Yeah, that actually looks really good. Yeah, see, it's a great door. The jungle wood door is a great door. Almost like a hobbit hole. I think this is going to look great. Let me get stuff out of my inventory here real quick. My inventory is loaded up. Okay. Get me some more food. Um, put them down. And then I need some sort of staircase going up here and another one going up to the next floor. So maybe I put it like right next to the door. Is it weird to have this? Yeah. There's a beacon over here. I got no haste over here. If I walk over here, haste comes on. But I never. Yeah, let's take a break and let's put down a haste beacon. I think I can put the blocks away because I think I'm actually done with the outside. I can get rid of this sand. I have all the sand there because I was clearing out an ocean. I've been clearing out an ocean monument while doing procrastinating from building. So put all that in there. Do some inventory management for a minute. Put some of this stuff away. The lichen was only to light up the rooftop, so I don't need that. Don't need the dirt or stone either, although I'm about to clear out a bunch of dirt and stone. Yeah, and let's put a beacon down. This has been happening for a long time where when I come over here to enchant stuff, the beacon turns off because there's no beacon in this area. There's a beacon covering pretty much the rest of my base. Like, if we come back here, I'll show you. Oh, there's this weird thing that happens where beacons don't, like, turn on. There's another one here, and there, and then there's another one over here, too, that just don't always. There it is. There's even another one over here. Come on. There we go. Little fire one. Okay, so here you can see where the 3 beacons are at the base. But you can see there's none over here. Once you go past these buildings, which is ironic because my storage room is right down there. But once you go this way, nothing. So I feel like I just need to stick one back here, even though I never really go up here. Well, look at all the look at all the pigs. Look at all the animals stuck on the cliffs down here. We got 3 pigs, 4 pigs, a cow down there, 2 chickens, all stuck on this cliff. Oh, this is where they've just been spending their lives, stuck. This hellish existence, stuck on a cliffside. They do, yeah. So pigs, they spawn in greater numbers in cherry blossom biomes because they match the biome. Pretty brilliant aesthetic decision on Minecraft's part, to be honest, even if it's not, doesn't really make any sense practically speaking. That would, I mean, I don't know, maybe pigs are attracted to the color pink. I don't think that's a real life inspired decision. But I do feel bad for all. I'll have to free all these animals at some point. For now, they can just sit there because we have beacon troubles, not bacon troubles right now. We're trying to deal with beacon issues, not bacon issues. So the bacon can stay there while I set up this beacon to fix this problem that I have where every time I go to my storage room or enchanting room, I got no haste or speed anymore. So I've got like 10 beacons just waiting in my ender chests, in my shulkers in my ender chest because I, sometimes just for fun, I go to the fortress and kill a bunch of wither skeletons. So where should I put it? Usually I'd measure. Usually I would go 50 blocks away from the other beacons, but I feel like this one's more of an intuitive choice. I can tell you where it starts, and then I can just kind of go from there. So it turns off whenever I go. See, there it is. It turns on there. But if I go over here, back here, it turns off. So I can measure. I think it turns off like around here somewhere. So that is 1,000, around 1,000. So I can go to 1,050 or like 1,040 maybe. And then I can go like directly back from where that enchanting station is. Enchanting station is right down there. So this needs to be lit up right after I put the fog lights away. Of course, that's how it always goes, isn't it? Don't want any mobs spawning up here. Not that I don't know if I've had that problem. Or if they just don't see me, but so changing room's down there, and we're gonna go down back to 1,040. There's gonna be mobs back here. Oh, we're already at it. Okay, so maybe like right here. Yeah, maybe like these 2 blocks right here. Do we have anything? Nothing above us. All right, let's do it. We're going down to bedrock because that's how I roll. Always plant my beacons down at bedrock. What a zombie? Where was that zombie? I just heard a zombie. I've been in the wall. I don't need to always plant the beacon down at bedrock, but it's force of habit. And now I can't help myself. Also, I don't like to break bedrock with silk touch anymore because you can't build. Kind of an annoying thing, to be completely honest, but now I just, whenever I get down to bedrock, switch to my fortune pickaxe instead, so that I mine the deep slate, not bedrock, I mean deep slate, so that I mine the deep slate with the fortune pickaxe and can actually use it to craft stuff after the fact. And enough of that has happened that I got a nice stash of deep slate now if I were to ever build with it. I was on a server a couple years ago, or like a year ago, not long after deep slate came out and they expanded the world height, that I built a whole little city with, there it is. I built a whole city out of deep slate and prismarine. I will post that on my Instagram soonish. Go follow me on Instagram. I got like no followers yet, but I've been posting my builds that I've built in survival, as well as builds that I've built on servers over the years. I'm new at all this, so, but I intend on pressing on. I play Minecraft all the time. Why not stream it? It doesn't really take that much more energy to talk while I'm playing than it does to play and listen to music. We'll see. But I'd like to stream every time I play. Maybe that'll burn me out. Maybe I'll do every other time I play. But I play a lot. I play nearly daily. There'll be periods of time where I don't play every day, but hey, I feel like gold has become more valuable than diamonds at this point, which is a great change. I'm glad they gave it so many uses. And me, if you don't know me, one thing to know about me is I love curing zombie villagers. I've even got a t-shirt and a mug and a mouse pad of a design, Cure Thy Villager. Because one of my favorite things to do in the game is to go out at night, find zombie villagers, bring them back, put them in a boat, give them a name tag, throw them a bone, whatever it takes to keep them from despawning. And, just have them a part of the community from that point onward. Yeah, there we go. Getting there. Down at Bedrock, I'm going to plant a haste and a speed beacon so that from now on, whenever I go, my storage, I can't believe it's taken me this long to do it, but my storage room and enchanting room were not beaconated, as the advancement says. Beacon and eggs, baby. Every morning. Beacon and eggs. What am I doing? Oh, I've run out of inventory space and I forgot my poker. So let's grab that real quick. Oh, I don't need to grab it. I can just throw it all into storage. whole. Will it make it to the bottom? Nope. Amazing how hard it is to throw a ender pearl straight down. I get it like 1 out of every 5 or 6 attempts. Okay, almost there. Clearing out space for 2 beacons. Too wide. Grab these while I'm here. Okay. Get the iron. Oh wait, no, it's gonna take more than that because it's 2 beacons. I'm not sure. I can't remember how much it actually takes. Oh wait, and the beacons, duh. And then 2 ingots to feed the beacons. Feed the beacon. Okay, let's see if I don't actually know the number. How much? I know how much it takes for 1 beacon. 2 stacks plus 36. I don't. Even though I always make double beacons, I don't actually know the count on iron blocks for 2 side-by-side beacons like this. Let's see. Now I'm going to find out once and for all so I can always grab the right amount. Is it? Okay, so it's 4 shy of 3 stacks. So 2 stacks plus 60. Okay, cool. So 1 beacon is 2 stacks plus 36. 2 beacons side by side is 2 stacks plus 60. Bing bingo. Put a little glass at the top of this with some moss over it so that it blends right in. And then every time we need to go to our storage room or enchanting room, we will no longer lose our haste and speed. One of those things that you've been procrastinating on for way too long, and you finally do it, and then your quality of life increases from that point forward. And from now on, when I create 2 beacons side by side, I need to grab some more iron to put in there. Keep that in inventory. Yeah. That away. Put the redstone in here. Okay, now whenever I come back here, I won't lose my haste and speed. You can hear the creaking. The creaking's in here. If you missed the earlier part of the stream. Little rude boy. Oh, all unkind. What a rude guy. Okay. Beaconated. Moving on. What was I doing? I was getting this jungle door. I was going to create stairs. Oh, that's why I did all this. Because I wanted to do this. Ah, yes. Never sure how far back I should I'm going to do this. I'm actually sure how far back I should take these buildings to go. The buildings that go into the hillside, I'm never sure how deep into the hillside I want to go with them. But because I don't have purposes for a lot of these buildings, I just want to finish the outward structure of the city, I tend to just do the bare minimum. You know. All right. Nobody finishes their interiors. I guess actually some people probably do, but I'm not that type of people. I like building cities, baby. Big picture. That's enough. So, I feel like the best place is like in this corner. Like that. And do like put a fence here. Something like that. Yeah. I'll even go one more with that. I hate hitting my head on it. I just don't want to hit my head on it. Okay. Even put might look good. Sometimes this looks good to put like that, something like that there. Something like that. This is kind of annoyingly in the way, so now I gotta do all this, even though it's not visible from the outside. That's one of the things that's definitely gonna need some tough bubble. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And then let's just put the spruce floor in here real quick too. Oh, paste is the best. I was watching another streamer play. I've never done mods. I don't do creative. I only do survival, and I've never done mods. I mean, I've used Optifine before, and I'll probably use it again. But I mean, game-changing mods. And I was watching a streamer the other day. Someone I'm a big fan of, actually. Love. And he was running around, searching his world, and he found a traveling book, which, you know, in the base Minecraft game does not exist. So it was a mod that adds a traveling book, and the thing that the book did was it makes you go faster. And I had a huge problem with that for myself, not for him. He can do whatever he wants. For myself, I love the incentivization system in this game. And one of the big things, if you can just get a book and go faster, then you have no reason to get a beacon. And if you have no reason to get a beacon, then you have no reason to fight a wither. And if you have no reason to fight a wither, then you have no reason to fight wither skeletons. And if you have no reason to fight wither skeletons, you have no reason to go to the nether fortress. And if you have no reason to go to the nether fortress, you have no reason to go to the nether. And it's essentially game breaking, is my opinion. For me, it takes away the whole point of the game. The thing I'm working towards is, I need more fence gates. The thing that I'm working towards is rewards like a haste beacon. The whole game, the whole survival aspect of the game rewards me by going to the nether, finding a nether fortress, killing wither skeletons, killing a wither, and the final payoff being at haste. And it would make the game easier, but it also like take all the joy of all the work. I feel like the best thing about this game is that you get rewarded the more effort you put in, the more reward you get on each slot. Jeez. I love the way the game is made. For that same reason, and this is a controversial opinion, I don't like servers with one player sleep because I like nighttime. Nighttime is what makes the game hard. I like playing. I feel like if you have a server, controversial opinion time, another one. If you have a server, torches. Thought I got rid of all the torches. Oh, hey, look what I've got. Amazing. You love it when things work out like that. Hard mode servers are not hard mode servers if they have one player sleep. Controversial opinion. But it's a strong opinion. I say that with my full 10 toes down. Yeah, there we go. Another barren building added to the city. Wish you could put these new pink flowers in a vase, vase, clay pot, whatever they call it. Okay, there we go. Okay, dude, are we done? Dude, did we do it? Might have done it, you guys. Put all this stuff away, and then let's take a step back and look at our handiwork. Ah, I've filled up the stone chest once again. The 8th time. Put all this away. Don't need this for now. Put these back where they belong. Put that away. Put that away. Okay. It is stand back and look at our handiwork time. Oh, I need to refill my ender pearls. Or stand back and look at handiwork time. I love to always have ender pearls. Ender pearls and fire potion because all it takes is 1 or 2 times dying in lava. Even with all the new netherite stuff, 1 or 2 times dying in lava, you lose your elytra, you know, you lose maybe a bunch of stacks of blocks that you just worked hard to get. All it takes is a couple times of that happening. I mean, for me, and then I carry fire potion from that point on. I don't care if it takes up an inventory slot. Don't care. It's come in handy countless times. I'm the type of guy that, I'll go run into the nether just to do some, slaying, just to slay. I'll just get bored and I'll go kill some wither skellies, right? That's why I have beacons just lying around. And when you just do that stuff on a whim, you will forget to grab fire potion. So I just it's just always in there. Takes up an inventory slot. I used to always keep wood in my inventory too, and that's why I got this mobile ender chest situation where this is the basic stuff I always keep, or not ender chest, shulker, mobile shulker. My one mobile shulker. I actually usually keep a second one too, which just to like carry extra blocks. You should make it orange, not yellow. So I'll have kind of like this situation where I put all this stuff away real quick. Make another shulker. Oh no, my last two shulker shells. Uh-oh. Guess what chore I gotta do soon. Go flying around the end islands. Get me some more shulker shells. Okay. We filled up our stone chest once again. Have to empty a bunch of it out. Fill a shulker. Put it in there. Go. Put it right in line with the others. Look at all that stone. Okay. Now, time to look at our handiwork. Ah, yes. Glorious. Look at that. I've been waiting for those two buildings to be done for months now. A cute little pathway up. Kind of weird that the pathway is cobble, but it's staying with the theme of the rest of the pathways. It just looks a little juxtaposed with this yellow. We decided to do the yellow palette on this lower building. I love it. Love it. Two more buildings down. Our perch. Admire our handiwork perch. There they are. Ah, that's nice. I love that. I'm glad we did the yellow and the white building. I think it would have looked good with both being yellow, but it wouldn't have looked good with white. That would be too much white in that area. I think we might have chose the best option to have both the yellow down there and the white there. So now that you guys have seen the city, and if you didn't see the city, watch my other two live streams. I gave a tour of basically every building in this city and what's in it and why it's built. A handful of the buildings are empty, but a lot of them serve a purpose. So now we've just got to start working on this whole section. Oh, you know what? I never showed you this little. This is something I missed on the tour. I never actually went in this building. Oh yeah, I did. I showed the inside, but I didn't show this little market on the outside. Cute little Helio, little awning. Kind of a pretty unique building. This one. So now we've got this situation over here. We got a short tower, a little stumpy tower here, which we got to design. We only got the roofs in for these. Taller tower, which will match the design of this one, just with a taller base. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buildings. Guy, a blockhead. Rude. 11 buildings, and then this church, and then this spire here. And once we've done that, here's the plan for future. Here's what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. We're going to be finishing off this part of the city. Maybe in the long run, I'll build over here on this side. Maybe I'll just plant a bunch of trees, do 3 to 5 buildings over here. Maybe like a building right here, just to accompany the portal. A couple buildings at the end of these bridges, maybe like four or 5 buildings here, and then maybe just there's one lonely guy that lives on the hillside here. Maybe we even put a villager in it and just see how long he survives. That's dude, I love that. Okay, and then to just fill up the land, we just plant a bunch of trees. These tall oaks. These tall oak trees that you plant by placing a glass block diagonal and 1 block up from the sapling. Plant them all throughout all this empty land. And I didn't break all the trees on this land. There wasn't any trees. There was barely any trees over here. I planted all these. The cherry blossoms stopped right there. I planted these 3 cherry blossoms. I planted all of these oak trees and these spruce that are over here. Which, by the way, looks so good to have the spruce and the tall oaks interspersed. It feels like a real city to have that. But yeah, so building over here, maybe one lonely guy over here, a handful of buildings over here just so that these bridges actually lead to something. Maybe make one of them a farm. Maybe make like a tree farm or something, so that there's some utility to the buildings that are over here, something like that. And then plant a bunch of trees, finish off this area over here. And then once we've done all that, the plan, I counted 11 buildings, but I forgot these 2, 13. And the plan after doing all that, which I think I can do in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe longer. But the plan after that is to go off into the wilderness and start all over again. I'm back at the feeling of Endgame. And this is my forever world. And the reason that all of this greatness that we're looking at came to be is because I wandered off into the wilderness. Oh, Gollum falling. I wandered off into the wilderness after I got bored of my first base. I found the village that was here, converted it to this Italian city, and look how far it's come. This is what just staying consistent in Minecraft does. Just keep building. And it really wasn't that hard. I chose a white color palette for the white buildings. I chose a yellow color palette for the yellow buildings. I laid out a bunch of shapes like I have done over here. And then you just start laying brick. And you just keep doing that. And then a few months later, you got a glorious little city, a little Italian hillside. I haven't really named it. I've just been calling it like Italian Villa, Italia Villa, which is not really a legitimate name. Maybe I'll let someone, if I get some donations. Yeah, that'll be an incentive for donating for sure. You'll get something named after you. Even if you do a small donation, we'll name like one of them houses after you. You can actually choose what goes in some of these. Most of these houses are barren down here. You'll get to choose how we decorate, what style we decorate each of these houses in, and that house will be named after you. It'll be your home. And if you make a big donation, you get to name the whole dang city. So once we've done all that, what we're going to do, we're going to wander off. Instead of starting anew in a plains biome like this, in a canyon, plains, hillside biome like this, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to wander off. We're going to find like a ice spikes or a jungle or a mesa biome, badlands, whatever the hell it's called. Definitely tempted to do a badlands mesa build, situation. Just it's so experimental and creative. Those ones. Go plop yourself down in a mesa and see what happens. See what you come up with. I did a cool one a couple years back. Again, it's on my Instagram. Meander.roo. Meander.roo on Instagram. Everywhere else, it's Meanderoo. And you can see what I did in a mesa biome with some kind of like I did like a circuit board kind of city, um, which maybe I'll do again. It's kind of a cool idea. But yeah, so after I do all this, kind of fill up this blank space, build some buildings there, finish the buildings here. I'll wander off into the distance. We'll start from scratch. You can see what it looks like when I start from nothing, what it looks like on my first days in Minecraft. And until then, we'll just keep working on this city. And I'll take you back to the monument that I've been working on. This leads nowhere, this hallway. And I never finished this gold farm. The last few days, I've been working on this ocean monument. Just cleared out this edge over here. And I've started laying sand down right here to clear out this next one. Do the big circle clear out. And designed just a simple little bubble column farm for the guardians here. See them go down, drop into the lava down here. God, I love these dragons. Snake dragons, whatever they are. So much so that I put a couple little baby ones on the top of the farms up here. You gonna go down? There he goes. Stubborn guy. And that's what's up. Okay. Gotta take a break real quick. BRB. Okie dokie. What do I wanna do? I wanna make a checklist, but I feel like I don't need to make a checklist. We know what needs to get done. But I might go back and grab that sand to continue clearing this out. I have a bunch in here. I can use this for now. Let's put this back and go grab that sand. first day of streaming, I would say, is going pretty good. You don't need sand for glass anymore because of villagers. It used to be you kept sand on hand. In case you needed glass. But now, it's kind of lost its utility a little bit. Now that you can buy glass off of villagers. We started watching the new season of Tires last night, which, if you don't know, it's a show with the comedian Shane Gillis, and the second season just came out on Netflix. And I think we watched the first 2 episodes. Really good. Just lighthearted fun, to be honest. We also found a show, a Disney Plus show called Win or Lose. It's a Pixar show. And it centers around a baseball team, although it's not really about baseball. It just centers around like a kid's little league baseball team. And each episode happens in the same time frame, the same period of time, but from a different person's perspective. The first episode's from the coach's kid's perspective. The second episode is from the referee's perspective. He's also a teacher at the school. The third episode is from, I think, another kid's perspective. Fourth episode's from one of the moms, the mom's perspective. Yeah, and it all happens in the same time frame. So you're seeing, like, as you're watching one episode, you're seeing stuff that you already saw before in a previous episode. Like, a kid will run through the street. And then the kid will run in front of a car in the street. And then the next episode, you'll see why that kid ran in front of that car. And then there's one kid that's like this really young kid. He's always eating Cheetos, and he's like the oracle. In every episode, he says something prophetic that the character should listen to, and doesn't usually. And it's brilliant. I mean, like, if you start watching the show, Win or Lose is what it's called. You might start it out and you might think you're watching a kid's show, as is usually the case with Pixar. You'll start watching it, you'll think it's just for kids, and then it just turns out to be brilliant in ways that, great writing. It turns out to they just without fail have brilliant writing. A lot of people say that Pixar has fallen off, or I've seen it said. I don't know if a lot of people say it. I think a lot of people enjoy it, but some people have said Pixar's fallen off. But I think if anything, they've gone like a little more creative. So yeah, if you do happen to watch this So you'll see what I mean. Especially like the third or fourth episode in, you'll start to realize like this is surprisingly good. The first two episodes, you'll start to smell the greatness. You'll get a sense for this was crafted with care. And then it's like the third episode where I feel like, wow, they do start doing some really cool animation effects in the third and fourth episode. Actually, they start doing it. Yeah, yeah, third or fourth episode. So we've been watching Tires, Win or Lose, Murderbot is an Apple show. I'm not really a big fan of Disney or Apple, but when they have a hit, they got a hit. You know, when it's good TV, it's good TV. And Murderbot, I think the 6th episode just came out. And they're short. They're like 20-minute episodes. And Win or Lose is like 15-minute episodes. Tires is these are all three of these shows have short episodes. But I'm loving all three. Always love to have a show to look forward to. And it's great when you've got like several that are actively airing. You're not having to go back in time to watch stuff that you missed. You're like every week waiting for an episode to come out. Actually, that's not true. I think Win or Lose already finished. I think there's 8 episodes and we're on episode 7. But Murderbot and Tires are both currently running, and I love it. I feel like for months now there's been something to watch. Last of Us was the most recent one. It ended. We were watching a show called Mobland. I didn't really like it, but my wife did. I was like half paying attention. Tom Hardy, I feel like, has had better roles in his life, much better roles. And he's done a better job. I also watched his movie Havoc, and I was particularly excited about that movie because the director did a movie called The Raid, which is a really good hand-to-hand combat film. Just like excellent hand-to-hand combat choreography. Came out years ago, 8-9 years ago. Gareth Evans, I think his name is, and so there was anticipation around this movie Havoc that stars Tom Hardy, but it was not good at all. So that's 2 L's for Tom Hardy in the last few weeks. For me personally, not that into Mobland. Really, Havoc really was not anything to write home. But still, it feels like there's been enough stuff other than that to keep me happy. Trying to think. Oh well, Survivor just ended, so it was like Survivor and Last of Us. Survivor's remained good. I liked the winner. I feel like I always rate the season based on how much I like the winner. And I liked the winner. So I like the winner last season too. So both these last 2 seasons, I like the winner. What else have I seen? Downloaded some movies, but have not been watching a lot of movies. It's so interesting that TV has taken over all of our lives. I don't want to commit to an hour and a half or 2 hours, but I will commit to 10 hours, broken up into hour intervals. I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. I got a meeting to go to. I'm gonna just finish up here, doing some of these columns here. Yeah, I gotta leave actually. What day is today? Monday. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't know if streaming the clearing out of a monument is really a good use of streaming time anyway. What would have been a good use of streaming time would be when I decorated this. I started putting the snakes in and building the chambers, but didn't have the courage. Today was my day of courage. I started Minecraft streaming, my first day ever of Minecraft streaming. Had a great time. I showed you my Italian city. In the future live streams, I will show you my original base, the first base I started with, which is pretty expansive as well. It may even be more expansive or close. Yeah, it's more expansive. It's more functional even than the Italian city that I showed in these last few streams. So maybe I'll show that in the next stream, and slowly keep on working on this behind the scenes. All I'm really doing is making this a circle instead of a square. Don't know what my plans to do with it after that are, but I will show you my first headquarters soon, and keep building the Italian city, and do whatever comes to mind. It's fun. This has been awesome. I'm glad I started streaming. I think it's a successful first day of streaming Minecraft. I'm gonna upload all these to my YouTube channel, which is also Meanderoo. Go and buy a t-shirt or a mug or a mouse pad. Hey, look at you. Get out of here. And support the channel by buying one of those. The link is in the description. Cure thy villager. Always be finding zombie villagers. Always be curing them zombie villagers, especially if it's a zombie villager chicken jockey. Because once you cure that villager, once that villager grows up, you've got a full-grown villager riding a chicken. Maybe the best, probably the best mob in the game. And I just caught one, so soon we'll be converting that guy. So until next time, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I love you. Take care of yourself. Be good. Ta-ta.